Hello, I'm Sasha of Sasha Makes Cards, and today I'm here with Kraftin Kimmie stamps, sharing some celebrating Christmas in July. If you couldn't tell by the festive little introduction music there, all this weekend, July 20th and July 21st, we are celebrating Christmas in July over in the Kraftin Kimmie Stamps Crafty Friends Facebook group with a ton of stuff happening. I'll get more into that shortly, but today I'm sharing some inspiration using the Happy Holidays stamp set, the Mix and Match Holiday Sentiments, and the Pretty Poinsettias Layering Stencil. I always love celebrating Christmas in July because, well, one, I love Christmas, and two, it definitely helps to jumpstart your Christmas card making. Seeing as we're already about halfway through the year, it's crazy to think it's already almost August. I don't know where the time went, but Christmas really does approach a lot sooner than you think. It just kind of creeps up on you, leaving you with little to no time to make cards to send to your loved ones. So I always love it when Christmas in July rolls around, and then that way I can get a jump start on making my holiday cards. As you already saw me do, I started by stamping two of the little owl images from the Happy Holidays stamp set using Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink and stamping that onto a 100-pound hammer mill cardstock. I then fussy cut the two images out and then started coloring using Ohuhu alcohol markers. Today I'm going with a very traditional festive holiday color scheme using red and green, as well as a brown color combination for the owls and a neutral gray for the fluff on the Santa hat of the one owl. Now, as I mentioned earlier, all this weekend, July 20th and July 21st, we are celebrating Christmas in July over in the Kraftin Kimmie Stamps Crafty Friends Facebook group. There's a lot happening right now in the Facebook group. First of all, there's a very exciting Christmas in July sale. There are so many products on the Kraftin Kimmie Stamps website that are on sale for amazing deals. There's challenges happening in the Facebook group. The other design team members are sharing inspiration. They're doing crafty color along lives and pre-recorded videos, and there's a lot going on. I highly recommend you go and check it out. If you haven't already, take part in some of the Christmas fun happening in the group. All of the products I'm using today are currently on sale and can be found at the Kraftin Kimmie Stamps website. The Happy Holidays is on sale for $10.99 right now. The Pretty Poinsettias Layering Stencil is on for $10.49, and then the Mix and Match Holiday Sentiments stamp set is on for $7.49. As well, there are many other stamp sets and stencils on sale right now, making it the perfect time to stock up on some crafty Christmas goodies for some Christmas card making. But anyways, back to the coloring for a second. After I was done with the alcohol markers, I then filled in the eyes with a black marker. For this, I ended up using the black Ohuhu alcohol marker, which is number 120. However, anything would work. You could use a pen, a fine liner, a Sharpie, a pencil crayon, whatever. And then after that, I went in with some Prismacolor Premier colored pencils to finish off the image. I colored the other owl off camera because it was a very similar process, just instead of the green scarf, he has the red little Santa hat. After the coloring, I then started to make the backgrounds. Since the Pretty Poinsettia stencil is a layering stencil set, I placed the first layer of the stencil onto a sticky mat with a card base underneath and started ink blending. For this, I'm using the Festive Berries Distress Oxide and Bundled Sage Distress Oxide. I only ended up creating the one background on camera since the other one is the exact same process with the same ink blending and all that, so I just showed me creating the one. To help line up your stencils, there is actually in the bottom left-hand corner of the stencil a little mark that says Copyright Kraftin Kimmie Stamps. I use this to help better line up the stencils and to indicate which way I should be using the stencil. After I was done with the ink blending and creating the backgrounds, I then die cut off camera the backgrounds using this little stitch border die that I had. Now initially I was only going to be creating 2 cards since I created the 2 backgrounds with 1 owl on each card. However, as I was putting down the die cut so that I could run it through my die cutting machine, I realized if I position it in a very certain way, as you saw there, I could create 4 cards. So basically I could get 2 cards from the 1 background, one of which is the main die cut panel, which will be the 1 card with the owl, and then the frame, which can then be used to create a entirely separate card. It was a very nice surprise when I was placing the die cut and it just placed it perfectly on the card, and I'm just like, wait a second, this is a whole nother card. So after that little discovery and after die cutting all the background pieces that I needed, I then started to glue everything down using some liquid adhesive. I first started by gluing my new discovered frames onto an A2 card base, and then gluing down the other panels. I glued down both of the panels facing different directions and different orientations on both card bases, as I thought it'd be fun to kind of mix it up and create like a little cohesive collection of the cards. Then to finish off all of the cards, I stamped some sentiments from both of the stamp sets that I'm using. Onto the 2 cards that have the frame die cut out of it, I stamped Merry Christmas and Have a Happy New Year. And then on the 1 owl card with the little Santa hat, I stamped I'll Be Home for Christmas. And then lastly, onto the other card that I created with the other owl, I stamped Be Jolly. The Merry Christmas and Have a Happy New Year sentiment, as well as the Be Jolly sentiment, was from the Mix and Match Holiday sentiments. And then the I'll Be Home for Christmas was from the Happy Holidays stamp set, because I can never resist a good pun. And that is the completed set of Christmas cards featuring the Pretty Poinsettias layering stencil set, the Happy Holidays stamp set, and the Mix and Match Holiday sentiments. Be sure to check out the sale that is currently going on the Kraftin Kimmie website to stock up on some really fun, crafty Christmas goodness, as well as check out the Christmas in July celebrations currently happening in the Kraftin Kimmie Stamps Crafty Friends Facebook group. The links to the website, the products I used, the Facebook group, as well as my social media links will all be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.